And so I didn't anticipate Bill doing something different. I think I
Mm-hmm.
told everybody from the beginning, Bill a sucker. Bill ain't nothing but a fake ass pimp. This nigga ain't gonna fight nothing but a woman. This nigga got trapped off by Bernard Hopkins at the fights. Bernard invited the nigga to go to a private area and discuss it in the bathroom. He did exactly what a sucker do. We could do what we gotta do right here. He already done showed you shit get thick. He gonna haul ass. And that's the only thing he can teach his son. That motherfucker
Yeah.
can't teach his son to be a man when he a pussy. I mean,
Yo,
what you
but
expect? I'm not mad at Devin when he hid behind his bodyguards when Tank ran up on him. Tank was by himself. I expect Devin to do that.
yeah. I like how you pull the receipts up on it. Man, you relevant. But let me ask you this. That
I mean,
being
I'm
said,
just getting real.
but that being said, I ask you this. I'll ask you
So
this. When you hear Bill, basically talking all this is the second Bernard. They don't have a clue and all that. What do you think about that? Because I think I'll be honest. Now I know you from DC. It's not many cats that are going to the bathroom with Bernard Hopkins, man. It's not many cats that do that. I'll do that, just get beat up. But everybody wouldn't do that, man. Because Bernard looked like he was ready to hurt something, man. You know how Bernard get down.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when a man run up on you and confront you like a man, well, Bill showed us what he gonna do. He gonna find a way to be a pussy.
that's cold. You don't think when Bill told him get down where how you like whatever he said right then and there, you don't think that was like why they gotta go off somewhere? We right here right now. That's how I looked
Man,
at it.
That's some
we in the,
cop
we
stuff,
in the
man.
we in the middle of an arena at a professional fight that's on television, cameras on them. Why not step off where it's private? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's like
Fair
fighting in
enough.
front of the teacher. Niggas say, I see you in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But
So
Bill
let
ain't
me ask,
never been in that position.
so
Fair
let me
enough.
ask you this. So let me ask you this, man. And this is something I heard from somebody close to them. Um, when you know that being in the street, when you see a guy that talk like Bill, do you think Bill talks that way because he feel like there's no threat?
Nah, Bill talk that way because he's scared. See, a scared nigga want to scream loud and hope people come save his ass. But you need,
Mhm.
but let me tell you what happened. When you get a nigga like me who ain't gonna let that screaming shit mean nothing, every time somebody says something on social media, I don't care what it is, I always told them, stay focused, stay focused. Don't let Bill distract us. Let's stick to the point. Because my point always been the same thing. If you feel that way, put your son in the ring with my son and let's figure
Mm.
this shit out. And if you don't want to fight us, that's cool. I ain't mad about that. You say, man, I'm at a certain point. I'm looking to fight certain people. I ain't mad. But all
Hmm.
of us got to go to camp. Nigga, we'll come to camp and fuck you up. That's what we've been telling them. Either way, camp, if you want to do it for a fight. Bill, his he had a dude on Instagram. I think
Hmm.
the dude named Jay something. And if I ain't saying it right, I'll send it to you. He came on Instagram and said, Bill, why don't you just set the spawn up so you can shut this nigga up and bust his son ass? I said, please, please, please tell Bill to do it. But I bet you be praying for nothing because he ain't gonna do it. You know what Bill's response was? Nobody makes me do anything I don't want to do. That's some sucker shit.
And speaking of that, I want to ask you something boxing related, and this is my opinion because you my brother, man. I want to ask you: is Jalil too big for 47? Being five
Nah, he
eleven?
made weight. Jalil made weight. He didn't have to step on the scale twice. He stepped on there one time and was 147 even.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's what I told him on yesterday's show. I feel like Jalil's right where he needs to be. I don't think that he needs to even look at 54. I think he's a solid big welterweight, and I think that he has advantage over a lot of guys. But again, he was all somewhere, and I love how he didn't make any excuses up after the fight. So he's young, and I'm still riding with him. That's just how I am.
And I ask you, go ahead. My bad. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
say this.
Mhm.
For anybody who says or thinks Jaleel had an issue making weight or it was a problem, have you ever seen somebody who was weight drained press another fighter for 10 straight rounds? Because Jaleel went forward for 10 straight rounds.
Yeah. I watched the fight 2 times. I talked with one of my other brothers on live earlier. I watched the fight actually 2 times, and I just couldn't figure out how to give that other opponent 6 rounds, 5 rounds. I mean, like that was just. I mean, they should be
I'm gonna tell you what I
investigated by the
think.
FBI. That's when you call the
Man,
police.
I gave Jose Roman. I gave him the first round. I gave him
Mhm.
the ninth and the 10th. I gave Jaleel round 2 through 8.
Yeah, I think I gave him the first, maybe the. I can't remember the 10th. I got it written down. I don't have it with me, but I couldn't find that. I couldn't find 5 or 6 rounds to give this guy. I don't understand what they were looking at, but then again, you went over there, you did what you did what you're supposed to do, but he still got fans, and I just think that he'll learn from it and he'll be better because I don't think that he lost, and there's a lot of people that feel like that he didn't lose, so it's a learning
Well,
curve for the young man.
I ask you this, Coach. When he was being held, why wasn't Jaleel like throwing his elbows or forearms when he was being? Because he was being held a lot.
Man, the man was holding like an octopus. I ain't got no. Please don't take me as saying something negative or derogatory about our opponent, because I would never do that. I respect our opponent. He got in there and fought for 10 rounds. After
Mhm.
the fight, he said Jaleel buzzed me a couple of times, and that was a smart move, especially if you know your uncle ain't going to stop you from holding. Because I thought the ref was his uncle, because he wasn't saying a goddamn thing.
And I say that because what we always see with fighters is if you want to hold, Floyd was known for the forearm. Roberto Duran was known for them sharp elbows. Is that something you work on in camp when people are holding? Like, would you ever go for like a
I mean,
low blow, or they don't do that no more?
nah, I ain't trying to do that. I want my son to play the shit above board. I want him to play it above board. Now, if you getting dirty with him, then yeah, he got to defend himself. But the dude wasn't doing nothing dirty. Holding is a tactic, and I don't have no problem with it. It was just excessive holding.
How about
If
say
we would have
excessive
been
holding?
anywhere else, yeah, we'd have been anywhere else, they would have took a point for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask you this though. So when you back to like talking about with Bill, if you guys were to get that fight at 47, what would that mean for you guys?
I mean, it's not nothing that we got as small or big. It's a good fight because of everything Devin Haney did in his career. I'm not one of them people that because I have an issue with you, I try to find ways to downgrade what you did. You can't take none of Devin's accomplishments away from him, not one of them. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to how I personally feel, and it's not just personal, it's been proven. How many times did you look on Instagram, on Twitter, and see me say the same thing? If I'm lying, ask Bill to say I'm lying. And Bill loved telling when people lied about him. Bill been calling people for years trying to keep Jaleel off Devin ass.
Mm.
I said I didn't just. I said you can ask Jaleel. He called Jaleel was still an amateur. Jaleel had to turn pro and said ask Leonard to get Jaleel.
Yeah.